Hello, what's going on, everybody? It's your host, Zhanai Johnson, back with KPVU-TV, and I have the honor, the pleasure to speaking with the one and only JDoe. JDoe, how you feel?
I feel like magic. Also, there is no John. It's just Jay.
Just Jay.
But
Perfect.
hey, it's still a pleasure.
It's still a pleasure. Still
Can
a
you
pleasure.
believe it?
Hey, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to apologize for the name.
Oh, no, it's
JDoe,
fine.
for those who don't know, I'm going to get it right. So,
fine.
before you step on the campus, my first thing I like to do with everybody I interview is a temperature check. So,
Let's do it.
temperature check with Mr. JDoe. How you feeling? You say you feel like magic, but once you stepped your foot on Prairie View campus, what's the first thing that came to your mind?
The first thing that came to my mind is this school is so well manicured. I said that to the person I was driving. I was like, dang, this school is beautiful. I've been to a bunch of schools. They are not taken care of like Prairie View. I just want y'all to know.
Hey, shout out to PV.
I mean, there's still good schools out there, obviously, but this one is visually taken care of in the space that not a lot of schools are.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that. And I will say, it is homecoming. So, we got to clean up when the people come ride.
Clean up. We got company coming over.
Hey, it's what my mama tell me. Clean up. Hey, so we got to keep it right, keep it fresh for y'all. So for those who don't know,
yes,
tell me a little bit about your background. I heard you from LA, specifically
Inglewood.
All right. So, tell me a little bit about growing up in LA. How'd you feel out there?
First of all, growing up in Inglewood was like, you get really used to the way of moving around you should get used to it fast. But if you don't get used to it fast, you're going to find out fast.
Right.
It's tough. But I had a good time because eventually you find your tribe. You know what I'm saying? You find after you learn your way to move around, or you find your tribe first and they teach you the way to move around.
Right.
One or the other. I found my tribe and they kind of helped me with the idea of how to move around the way that I already knew. You know what I'm saying? So then high school was greatness. And that's where I kind of started my own music space. And college is where I honed it.
Honed it in. Yeah.
And got right. Next thing you know, I was out here moving around like magic.
Hey, I love the like magic. We're going to quote that.
It's just like magic.
Just like magic. Okay, so my next question would be, being an artist, right? Yeah. So when was the first time that you kind of felt that in your body, like music is something that I really want to do, and pursue and actually move it forward instead of just having it as a hobby or something that you do around your friends and actually too, double question, how did you get people to take you serious on that? I know for me personally, I'm a little bit of an artist, not trying to plug myself in, but just art in general, having a culture, having something that you stand for and getting people to understand that and also getting people to take you serious and try to push forward with you. So how would you combat that?
So let's go in reverse. Taking yourself serious is most important. People taking you serious, they not going to take you serious.
Right.
You take you serious.
Perfect.
Everybody else is going to be a conduit, so to speak. You understand? They're going to be somebody that takes you serious because you was taking you serious.
Perfect, yeah.
And when you take yourself serious, that means you always on time. That means you are always ready. You're ready to, the camera comes on, you ready to go. That means you are in shape or how you want to look. Even if it's you're in shape because you got to shape up. Whatever the in shape means to you, you're ready. I remember I was around somebody new. Even if I didn't have a word for my record, he was like, "Oh, you're not in shape. You got to get in shape."
Right.
So in shape could be just you practicing so much that you're ready to go all the time. If they say, "Hey, yo, write me a song about blue jeans," you're like, blue jean, you not in shape.
Right.
Nah, you not in shape.
Definitely.
Got to get in shape. So that's the second part. First part. Give me that question one more time.
The first part.
Oh, when did I realize that I wanted to do
music? Yeah.
Dog. I never realized.
Really?
You know what I realized?
What?
I was great at music. And music should be lucky that
they have me, right?
What else would music want other than somebody that's great at what they do? I'm great.
Right.
Luckily, music is what I'm great at. I could be great at making flowers, but I'm great at music.
Hey.
And luckily, music wanted somebody great.
And that's good. I love to hear the confidence in yourself too.
Man.
Especially with music, I know you have to be confident in yourself. You got, like you said, you got to be ready. You got to be tip top, and especially in the industry. And we're gonna get into a little bit about that, the whole Busta Rhymes, situation. Everything's kind of fast paced.
Yeah.
And you got to kind of be ready. So I'm gonna ask you a little question, what was the what was the experience that you had where you like, oh snap, I got caught off guard, like that you weren't ready?
Man, the experience that I wasn't ready for was when money started to come into play. So you think a lot about being talented, being good at what you're talented at, until you're sitting down at a table and they're attempting to give you some money for what you're talented at, and they start talking about all of the different points in this contract and all the different how they're going to get paid back with because it's all a loan.
Right.
They're not giving you anything. They're offering something to you that you're going to pay back. So that's when I realized I wasn't ready, because I was sitting at the table and they was talking about a bunch of stuff, and I was like, okay, yeah, we can do that.
Right.
Yeah. You said what? Oh, every song is how many percent? 200%. Oh, okay. So how much is my percentage? They said, oh, okay. Well, my first publishing deal was for 500%, which is, I was like, oh, okay. Every song is worth 200%. No big deal. 500%, but how much percent of each song are you getting?
Right.
So some songs I will write, but I'm writing with a co-writer. So in every songwriter, you're already only getting 50%, because 50% goes to the producer.
Okay.
So if I'm writing with a co-writer, I'm getting 25%. Okay. And now if the song has a sample, we gotta understand how that goes. Right. So now you're getting less percent. So I might end up with a huge record that came out, big record, but I only got 13% of it. And I owe this publishing company that gave me $200,000. I owe them 200% now.
Right.
To get out of it. So that's when I learned MDRCs, which is an old term. I don't have an MDRC now, but my first publishing deal with Sony ATV was MDRC. All bad. But that's what I was saying. I wasn't ready because I didn't know.
Right.
So I was coming there because I wanted to get the bread, but you didn't know what it took to get that money.
Exactly.
You get that money, and it don't matter until you out of money. When you out of money, then you're like,
what's going on?
How did I get here?
Right.
I don't got no MDRC.
Right. And I appreciate you dropping that gem for future artists or those who don't know.
You're welcome.
Get educated, because now you do know. And I've always knew there was just someone right when I looking at these contracts and stuff like that. So I definitely appreciate that. Yeah. So now I want to talk about, the company and the Busta Rhymes. So you're signed under Busta Rhymes as his partner and collaborator. And he has his own entertainment conglomerate that he's working on and helping people, new artists, reach talent. And so just explain a little bit more about that for those who are interested and just want to know a little bit more.
So Busta is one of the very rare people in this business, because typically people that are in this business that are really talented don't like to have other really talented people around them, because that really talented person is going to possibly take away from your shine.
Yeah, definitely.
They want, you don't want to walk into a room and they be like, oh, you cool, but who's the guy that's over there? You're like, oh yeah, but my single though.
Right.
So there's a two-way street to that though, because also I know when to turn it off. I can't be walking in behind. I know we're here for Busta single. Right. I'm not about to walk in and be like, yo, but me though, let me hear. Yeah. Gotta know when to turn it off. So, but also Busta is one of them people that's really talented, and he's really cool with other talented people. He's not a hater. He's not a goal line blocker either. So, I love the fact that we started off me just writing hooks for him.
Okay.
Writing hooks for our featured artist that he had on this project. And then that turned into me actually showcasing my artistry to him. And then from there, after he heard my artistry, he was like, yo, you got to rock with my team that I'm building. And that's what I'm doing now.
Okay. Right. And what's the name of the team for those who don't know?
It's called The Conglomerate, if you didn't know. Okay, so Busta had a record a long time ago when I was a kid called Respect My Conglomerate, which I didn't know what that meant.
At the time, yep.
Didn't know. But as I grew up, I understood a conglomerate is a bunch of bosses, a bunch of teams that all come together, and all of these people are in working together. They're all in cahoots, working together, so to speak, right? And his label is called The Conglomerate. My label and his label and his son's label and everybody else's label can work together and get a bigger opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that's where the Good Time Gang, all of these labels come together and make a conglomerate and
and
next
help each
thing you
other
know,
out for one goal, right?
yes.
And that's the best thing about it too. You know, like to reach the goals that you want to reach or achieve what you want to achieve, it's important to have people behind you that want to achieve the same goal. I mean, and people that are ambitious as well. Ambition and drive and confidence, those things are very, very helpful. So I'm glad I got to talk to you a little bit about that. So I heard you're on tour, HBCU tour. We were talking behind the cameras before the cameras turned on. How's tour life treating you so well, especially on HBCU campuses? You know, you get a little flavor from one city to one city, one state to one state. So, you know, how you feeling with traveling?
Man, I was about to say what I'm feeling like, but I'm sure you know what I'm feeling like.
Right. Magic.
Magic. Always. And why I say I'm feeling like magic, think about what you feel like when you see somebody do magic.
Right.
That's what I feel like all the time. Whenever somebody does magic in front of you, like, oh shit, that's great.
Right.
Nigga, I feel like that all the time. Excuse me. I was about to say something crazy. Okay, but that's how I feel all the time. All right. Now, so moving around through these HBCU campuses has been great. I love the history. I'm learning so much about these campuses and how I even got here and where they started from. But also, I'm able to get an understanding of their vibe, their style, what they're doing on in their space, which is so different from what y'all are doing here, and it's so different from what the next school is gonna be doing.
Right, exactly.
I love to see it all different, and I love to see the difference. Like I was giving the girl that drove me, I was giving her big props. So I was like, even though she didn't mow the line, I was just like, dang, this school is well taken care of.
Right.
Like, yo, I ain't gonna front. I done been to some schools, and they ain't all like this one.
Look, I appreciate that. I'm not that's first. I really appreciate that.
Yo, y'all better be appreciative of how they teach y'all school, but that also is a lesson, right?
Yeah, it is.
That's just like, yo, they putting their best foot forward to make sure they look like something, just like you should be. Right. When you walk out, they need to look at you and be like, oh, I don't know what she do, but I need to learn what she do.
Right.
Because clearly, she must be doing something.
Right. And to piggyback off of that, I'm glad you said that when it comes down to the industry, right? Looking like something. So what would be the best way to present yourself if I am to step into that light? What are some tips and tricks you would say to kind of get you acclimated in that space or get you noticed, or maybe one thing that you could do that the next man's not doing that can set you apart? You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. That's the key.
Right.
All right. So for me,
that's the sauce. I need
my thing is I always got on something that I know for sure nobody's gonna have.
Right.
And you're always gonna be able to say, yo, I don't remember his name, but with the guy with the big green shoes.
Right.
It's always gonna be something that you're gonna be like, the dude, you remember he had green shoes? That's my thing. But for every person, it doesn't have to, when I say make sure you're looking like something, doesn't mean have on the newest, freshest drip of all time.
Exactly.
You just got something that brings you to the forefront of whatever you're doing, that makes you memorable for that situation. So even if it's just like, yo, I don't know, the girl that always chewing on straws, you know, the girl that was chewing on straw.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that immediately comes to your head.
We always know, oh, chewing on straw. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's whoever, right?
Exactly.
Or whatever. You walk around with a flower. Whatever your thing is, stay consistent with your thing, because people are going to eventually catch on to that thing and remember you by that thing.
Yeah.
So whatever you're doing, do that thing all the time.
Right.
And stay consistent with it.
Perfect. I love that. So I heard you got a new single out.
I do.
It's called Let Me See It, featuring Jeezy.
G-Eazy.
Yeah, G-Eazy. Sorry.
Not Jeezy.
Jeezy.
I rock with Jeezy
though. So tell me a little bit about the single and tell me about, the collaboration and your inspiration behind that single.
Okay. So what happened was, I was doing this project called 12 Minutes. 12 Minutes was me doing 12 songs that were all 1 minute long.
Okay.
I was attempting to play on the fact that I know my generation and every generation after that is a very low attention span. We can't
very, very low.
We're not gonna be bro. We're not gonna be listening to your song for 3 minutes until it get good.
Man,
you better get it better be good.
TikTok too much.
Hey, man, I be scrolling on TikTok like, listen, this
you got about 10 seconds to hook me in.
Maybe 10 seconds to hook me, my boy, because this is crazy.
Right.
So that was the first thing. I did the 12 Minutes project. I was doing this project where all the songs was 1 minute, and I was kind of showcasing the fact that I can make a hit record in 1 minute. This song was on the 12 Minutes project. Busta heard the song I was already signing Busta at the time, but he heard the song and was like, "It's bigger than that. Let me show you. We can."
Yeah, let me help
now,
you. Yeah,
him and G-Eazy was already good friends.
Okay.
Something that G-Eazy just, I don't even remember exactly how he played it for G-Eazy, but he played it for G-Eazy and I wasn't even there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So G-Eazy hopped on it, did the verse. He felt good about it. And so I would say this is the crazy thing about time.
What?
It takes time.
Oh, yeah.
Man, so a year after he did the verse is when we did the video.
Wow.
A year. And that video 4 years later still hadn't came out.
Wow. So
I just need y'all to understand.
I'm shocked, y'all. Real life.
But it took that much time for everything to work out and all the things to come together and for everybody to be in the right space. So it's more important for everybody that's involved to be in the right mental space and want to see something come to light rather than it happening right away. Because if it happened right away and everybody's not on board,
right,
it'll happen and it'll go away overnight.
That's true.
It can go away overnight, and your moment can just, like, for example, this wasn't happening 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Definitely not.
This is very important. Let me say I put the record out 4 years ago when I wanted it. I really, because I was excited about it, but y'all wasn't shooting this.
Yeah.
So I would have missed this opportunity.
Right. Everything aligns perfectly right when it's supposed to happen.
Exactly how it's supposed to happen. So your job is to be so content about what you did and who you are and what you're providing that you know is going to happen eventually.
Right.
And when it happens, you know what you're going to be? Ready.
Yeah, I was
always.
I thought you were gonna say magic.
You're gonna feel like magic, and you're gonna be ready.
Definitely.
That's why you feel like magic, because you're ready. Like,
definitely.
Dang.
So our next question to that would be: once you heard G-Eazy's verse, how did it make you feel? Like, what was your reaction to it?
It made me feel like, hey. At first thing it made me feel like is I need to do my verse over.
No, for real. Definitely.
You always
it's something
feel like,
about when somebody match your art and then they try to updo it. It's like, nah. You ain't gonna put me out like that. Yeah.
But it was like the bigger vision was for me to be like, understand that, you know what? This is my record.
Right.
This is my,
at the end of the day.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I want him to shine. I want everybody involved to shine. So I can't be like, I gotta do it better and do it over and do something different. Enjoy it, because whatever I did made him even want to go there. What I'm about to do might not be something that he's cool with. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me.
Like,
so I felt like I knew.
Did they play it for you in the studio? Like the first time hearing it, or
I think the first time I heard it was in the studio.
Okay.
But that just brought me back to how I felt.
Good.
I felt like
I was able to do that.
I'm glad you did, because I felt like because remember I told you I was like, it was like a year after.
Right.
What I felt like was, man, I knew this. I knew I had something. It took forever.
Right.
But I knew this joint was something.
Right. But that comes back to alignment too, because you wouldn't have been as excited. You got it right when you got it.
Yep.
Your emotions came right when they were supposed to come.
True.
And that's the power of blessings, man.
That's the power of patience, blessings, the power of all those things coming together.
Right. And so for those who don't know, make sure y'all go check out Let Me See It.
JDoe featuring G-Eazy.
It's on YouTube.
It's on everything.
Also on everything.
The video is on YouTube, but wherever you stream music, it's there. So if you stream music on Spotify, YouTube Music, Tidal, whatever, Apple Music, is there. And you're welcome already. Because when you hear you, be like, oh, this is crazy. My favorite song is already out.
Perfect.
I didn't even know that.
Definitely. Well, man, it was an honor having you come on the show with KPVU-TV. You had another interview with the radio. So if y'all don't, check that out as well.
Go.
And do you have anything you want to leave the audience with? Like a quote, inspiration, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, so what
30 seconds. 30
seconds. I'm only going to leave the audience with, figure out how to make yourself feel like magic. If you don't, oh, man, you can't feel like me. That's crazy. And you definitely want to be like me. I feel just like magic. And you should too. Figure it out.
I'm telling y'all now, I sat on here for like 15 minutes. I feel like magic. Okay.
Dang, look at that.
I feel like magic. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, JDoe.
Thank you for having me.
Where they can follow you at? Socials, real quick. Plug that in.
At JDoe. JDoe. everywhere.
Everywhere.
Huh, that's it.
Hey, so you heard it here first. You heard it here first. I'm your host, Zhanai Johnson with KPVU-TV. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch y'all next time.
Next time, and then bye.
And then bye. Thank y'all.